What's up, guys? Tim here from Tim Film Solutions, and today I have a 2025 Honda Civic Type R. I'm going to be doing a full tint with the windshield strip. We're going to do the sides in 20%, and we're going to do the windshield strip in 5%. And we're also going to be removing the rear spoiler as well as the windshield wiper, just to give us clear access to the rear window. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so the first thing I did was put down a towel. So just in case the screws fall down onto the car, they fall down onto the towel. And this is a T30 Torx. And we got 3 of these bad boys on each side. Yep. Okay, so now that we have the spoiler out of the way, we're going to remove this windshield wiper. As you can see, it doesn't fold up and out of the way, so we're just going to take it off. Move those to the side, and then it comes off like that. And then this should be a 10 millimeter. It is. Going in the wrong direction. And all it is just a 10 millimeter nut. Make sure you don't lose it. And then it should just come right off. There it goes. Alright, so now the windshield wiper is out of the way. Alright, so one of the first things you do when you're about to tint a rear window is you want to spray it down with your slip solution and just give it a good scrub down. You do this because on glass there's tree sap, there's little pebbles. Like if you run your fingers across the glass, you can just feel like the granular sand, pollen, and that's why we're going to remove that, because when we put the film on top of the glass and we begin to shrink it, those little micro pebbles, they show through the tint, and you see it once you get the film on the actual glass. So it's always good practice just to scrub the glass down one good time. And then I'm going to grab my squeegee and squeegee off. Start at the top and work our way down. Into no time. Same thing, just overlapping passes. And I'm having my squeegee on drag so that when I'm putting those little pebbles and dirt back onto the glass. And one final. Just imagine doing this with that and work that away. And then we're going to try to dry the glass as much as possible so that we can put our dry shrink prep on. And rumors that, well, probably not rumors, but alright, so now we're putting our dryer sheet. Put a thin layer on your glass. Make sure you get the entire glass and you don't have any dry spots. If you have a dry spot, the tint will grab it and you'll have a hard time shrinking. Alright. I've done the same method for the last 15 years, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But sometimes some things need to be fixed. But I just prefer to do it this way. All right. So now that now that our back window is covered in dryer sheet, we're going to give it about 5-6 minutes and let it dry. You know it's dry when it's very hazy and doesn't look wet at all. And you don't want to put your tint on while this is wet, because again, you'll have issues shrinking it. So patience is key. Give it about 5 minutes just to be sure. Give it about 10 minutes. You can also take your heat gun and you can dry it off a little bit quicker. I'm just going to let it sit, and yeah. For this job, we're going to be using a plotter pattern, and something important to note about the plotter pattern is when you're shrinking to not weed out the pattern. So you might not be able to see it on the video, but I have not weeded out the pattern. And also we're going to grab it and make sure we're putting tint side down. The liner should be facing up towards your body. And we're going to drop it on, try to line it up as best as possible. That looks pretty good. Oh, hold on. So we're dealing with a 20%, so it's pretty opaque. All right, cool. All right, give it a little tack, just so I can. So when I'm setting my H pattern, I like to use my felt card. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the horizontal line first. So boom, our horizontal is in, well, half of it, and then we're going to go down the side. Other side. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking so far. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side, lift it up a little bit, and then as we lay it down, lock in our horizontal, and then our vertical. And that is how you do an H pattern. And again, we don't do H pattern on everything, but for something as easy as a Civic, we definitely can do an H pattern. All right, and it's basically your horizontal and your vertical, the letter H. Okay, so for the shrinking portion, I'm going to be using my Kevlar glove, and this is the Ferno 300 Wagner. You're going to put that all the way up on high, let that warm up for a little bit. I'm right-handed, so I put my glove on my left hand so that I can smooth it out. And once it's too hot for your hand to be in front of it, it's ready to go. Good practice is to always put the heat gun cord over your shoulder so that it's not dragging against the car. And here we go. All right, so you're just going to go nice and slow. All right, so we have that one side shrunk already, and we're going to finish shrinking down this side. We're already past the pattern. Right now, this is just all the stuff that's on the part that's going to get weeded out. Yep. Another thing to note about when you're shrinking and using a heat gun is notice how I have the heat gun facing upward, away from the vehicle. And that's just basically while I'm idle, while I'm not using it, it's not pointing at the customer's vehicle, burning paint, melting rubber, all that craziness. All right. And what I'm doing is just taking my time, alternating sides, making sure that I'm shrinking evenly, not rushing. No need to rush. Alright, we want to go ahead and finish this side. Again, I'm already past the pattern. I'm just locking in the edges. Okay, so now this side is finished. Switch hands, and let's get it. Alright, so we are past the pattern, and we are just locking in that edge. Alright guys, we're done. That is shrunk. Alright, so we're going to take our pattern off the glass. Lots of static electricity. Alright, at this stage you want to make sure that your film is tacked to the peel board or to your cut board. You don't want this bad boy falling off because you got to start over. Alright, I'm going to start going ahead and weed it out. So after we let the glass cool, we're going to go over with some water. And we're going to wipe off all the dry shrink prep. this step is important because as you're doing the install, you want to, but you basically you want to see if you have any light gaps. So that way you can maneuver the pattern to make sure you don't have any light gaps. So that's why it's important to make sure that you wipe off your dry shrink prep or whatever you put on the back of the glass. Okay guys, so I'm about to do the installation. Just a couple tools that I'm going to be using for the back glass. You got a slammer 2, you got a bulldozer, you got a 5-inch Fusion Shorty handle with a hybrid squeegee blade. I got just a little blue scrubby pad, microfiber towel, and this is a clay bar. I use Adams. You can use whatever clay bar you can get your hands on. It really doesn't matter. Get in, get comfortable. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is completely spray down this back glass. Stand by for a shower. And we're going to take our blue scrubby and give it a nice little scrub down. Okay. Then we're going to take a piece of our clay bar. And we're going to clay bar the entire back glass. You'll know what spots you need to hit the most because your clay bar will give you some resistance and then it'll break free, like right there, and then it breaks free. That's just all stuff, contamination that you're getting off. You know. Just get a nice dry. All right. And then if you look at that, all right. Now we're going to get speed. You're going to do multiple passes on this glass. Just make sure you got everything. You know what you're adding in, and then you also make sure you put this. All right, and here we go. Spraying down the pattern, removing the liner. We will be Frankenstein this. Okay, my fingers are wet. We gotta move quick now. Cheap version of the tint brush. There's no red gaps. And we're going to go ahead and get the tacking because it's already started. Actually, back to this film here as well.